the number one impression on everyone's mind is the conditions. You know, it's not man versus man out there; it's man versus man in conditions and nature. So I think everyone's having to manage it across all teams, and it's just making for really interesting racing. It's tightening the racing up amongst a lot of boats, especially in the faster fields. So it's pretty interesting to watch.
When you have a tailwind like that, does it change strategy on your?
A little bit. I mean, it's shortening the race, by 15 to 20 seconds, depending on what category, I guess. And so the race course, in terms of time, becomes shorter. So yeah, you have to be. Things change a little bit when you make your attempt to make the boat go faster and what have you. Also, it's pretty rough. The water is pretty choppy, so I think who can row cleanly in the second 1,000 is going to be, who's going to prevail in these conditions.
Can you walk me through the race? I mean, where you thought you did well and maybe where you struggled if you did?
Yeah, I mean, I think the whole race is fairly strong. I mean, anytime you go 5 and 27, you're going pretty quick. Especially in the semifinal. So I think the start was particularly strong, and I think the middle, I think we got down to base. I think we might have been even understroking our competitors for a while there. And going forward, we have to do better in a couple sections of the race. But we'll clean that up tonight and tomorrow for sure.
Where would you like to be better? The entire second half? Or?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I think that's the finish line's at the 2K mark. So going into that last section, it's like any sport in the last fourth quarter or what have you, or the last moments. These are close boats. These are great competitors. So it's going to take every stroke in the whole course to win a championship. So we know that going in. We've been in this position before. So
there's been a lot of talk about Harvard.
Oh yeah.
Did they surprise you at all with what they were able to do?
No. When we went out in the water, everyone was very keyed in on watching that portion of the race. So.
Mm-hmm. I understand that there was a lane change for them.
Yeah.
Do you have thoughts on how that happens?
I have a lot of thoughts on it. I think you do in regattas, you do want to favor the top seeded crews. I was really interested. We're the number one seeded crew. We won our heat yesterday, and we weren't put in the best lane, so that's always interesting to me. Mm-hmm. But they're doing it off a chart. Also, they don't want to put people in lane 6 there's some obvious reasons for that. We would have been moved to 6, but they don't want to put us in a disadvantage, so they took a crew that's a lower seed, put them in a better lane than us.
So they were in 5, correct?
Yeah.
And there was a strong tailwind in 5 that you didn't see. You were in 3?
We were in 4, so we're right next to them. But it looks like that side of the course is more favorable than the near side.
What kind of an impact does that have, generally speaking, on a course?
Well, I think it's just that it's part of racing. We race outside, and the conditions are part of it. And so tomorrow we're going to have to be really strong, and hopefully it calms down for everyone, and maybe we'll see the true boat speed of everyone versus how we row in 30-mile-an-hour tailwinds.